Ni rahisi sana, enda kwenye lipa na M-Pesa, paybill number ekelea 4032353, 4032353, account ekelea HT kama kodi ya home theater, fuatanisha na unique number.
Kama unataka fridge wekelea CM ndio kodi ya fridge, kisha fuatanisha na shilingi 20 peke yake, wekelea pin yako, na hivyo ndivyo utakuwa umekelea bid kwenye quickbid.co.ke. Bidhaa bora kwenye bei ya nini?
Chini kwa chini, ati chini kwa chini.
Jiunga na Quickbid ni rahisi. Enda kwenye M-Pesa, bonyeza paybill, kisha weka business number 4032353. Kwenye account weka kodi ya bidhaa unayotaka na bid yako ya chini zaidi. Kwa mfano TV 16, kisha weka shilingi 20 tu kama idadi yako. Weka bid yako pia kwenye www.quickbid.co.ke. Kumbuka, bid ya chini zaidi ya kipekee ndio ununua. Quickbid, bidhaa bora kwa bei ya chini.
A very good afternoon to you. It's the 6th day of February 2021. I hope your afternoon is well as mine. My name is Purity Museo and welcome to Lunchtime News. Welcome to this broadcast. Be part of it by interacting with us on our social media platforms, on Twitter at Purity_Museo and at KBC Channel 1 News. Lunchtime News is the hashtag to use this afternoon. Of course, we have quite a lot in store for you. Irene Muchuma Odim will be joining us with the latest from the clinical officers. They have been on strike for a record 2 months. They went on strike and of course called it off on the 1st of January, but again resumed after what they termed lack of negotiations or honoring of the return to work agreement by the county government. They'll be telling us what's the latest. Are they calling off the strike or not? But just before that, let's begin on a political note. National Assembly's Committee for Administration and National Security Chairperson Paul Koinange has said the Building Bridges initiative is a remedy to the corruption and security challenges that have dogged the country for decades. Koinange insisting that the document will help the security and anti-corruption agencies deal with the vice, as it puts a time frame within which graft cases must be dispensed with by courts.
The BBI debate continued to elicit mixed reaction, with opponents and proponents standing their grounds. Kiambu Governor saying the County Assembly will by early next week anonymously pass the Building Bridges Initiative BBI report to set a precedent for the other counties in Mount Kenya region.
Hii BBI nawaambia hawa tumekubaliana na tulikubaliana, waliambia rais mwezi huu watakuwa wamepitisha kama assembly hawa, na mtasikia kutoka kesho hawa watakuwa wamepitisha. Ikitoka hapo tutaingia pale kwa town hall tuongee na nyinyi, tuwaambie vile sisi tunajua vile hamjui.
Thika Member of Parliament Patrick Wainaina meanwhile has castigated a section of Mount Kenya political leaders for rebelling against the president's call for unity of purpose in the passage of the Building Bridges initiative.
BBI always has been taken to mean presidential elections, and that mix-up has really messed up BBI. BBI is a good document if you read through it. Personally, I know it is good because it is bringing money to the grassroots.
This as Belgut Member of National Assembly Nelson Koech vote to mobilize citizens to reject the BBI during the referendum if it will pass in the county assemblies and parliament.
Mukasema mnataka prime minister na deputies wake. Hakuna mazungumzo ya mtu mdogo hapa chini kama hizi vikundi ya chama. Tunataka kuambia harakisheni kupitisha huko bunge, leteni raia tuangushe.
Tunawaambia karibuni katika wote.
And speaking separately, Baringo woman representative Gladwell Tungo faulted National Cohesion and Integration Commission (NCIC) for doing little on those propagating animosity and hate speech in the country.
Ni vyema tukue na speed governance ya maneno matamshi yetu, sababu tusipoweka break, tusipofunga, tusipoongea kwa njia ya kuunganisha nchi, tutachoma nchi. Kwa hivyo mimi nawaunga mkono, lakini pia wasipige porojo, waseme na watende.
Meanwhile, Kericho Senator Aaron Cheriot has faulted the direction the country is taking, saying it is not good for the prosperity of the nation.
And tell you the truth that the direction this country is taking is not good for the prosperity of this nation.
Suleiman Yeri, Channel 1 News.
And to more politics, a section of ODM legislators now warn that the escalating hostility between the president and his deputy posed the greatest threat to national security. The leaders challenged the DP to either support the president's BBI agenda or ship out of the government. They also expressed confidence that county assemblies in the Nyanza region will pass the bill in the next 5 working days. Achola Simon with the details.
As President Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy President William Ruto continue to pull in different directions concerning the BBI report, a section of the ODM legislators are now warning that the differences between the two leaders may pose the greatest threat to the country's stability.
It is only in Kenya that you can find a deputy president embarked on a full-fledged campaign 2 years before an election against the wishes of everybody else, including his own boss. But if it was just campaign like any other, we have no issue. But this is a campaign laced with hatred. With hatred. A campaign that is going to make this country if not checked.
The leaders are challenging the DP to support President Uhuru Kenyatta's agenda on uniting the country as envisioned in the BBI report.
Nobody stops any other person from fighting to become president or from competing to be anything. But you cannot make your case for a position, for a leadership position, to be a matter of life and death.
The leaders continue to drum up support for the report that seeks to amend the constitution to ensure inclusivity in an expanded executive, amongst other things.
It will really support the security forces in this country, and also it will support decision making in regard of cases like corruption cases. It will take only 2 years, and the corruption case is finished. And you, for now, we have cases which have taken very many years.
We are giving you not more than 5 days to ensure that the BBI Constitution Amendment Bill is passed and approved by your assemblies to go to referendum.
They revealed that plans were underway to ensure all aspects of the report that need administrative legislation be done before March, while they expect the requisite county assemblies to pass the bill to enable a media referendum. The leaders spoke as they graced the opening of a police station at a chief's camp in Msidindi, Ugunja constituency.
Sisi kama kamati hii ya Administration National Security tuko na mipango ya kuangalia mbele, kwa sababu wakati tulianza hizi mipango za police reforms, tulisema kila ward itakuwa na police station, na kila ward ikiwa na police station ni kuwa kutaongezeka askari na magari itapatikana ya polisi, na pia mambo mengi itaongezeka katika particular.
Achola Simon reporting for Channel 1 Weekend from Kisumu County.
As representatives of victims of atrocities committed by former British colonialists in Kipsigis and Talai in Kericho County have presented their testimonies and evidence to the United Nations Special Rapporteur on promotion of truth, justice and guarantee of non-recurrence, Professor Fabian Salvioli. Kericho Governor Paul Chepkwony said the process is a major step towards finding justice for the victims of historical injustices. Radoni Dixon and Queen's Council said the UN rapporteur held a meeting with victims over 2 days at the Kericho County headquarters. Previous attempts to seek justice in the UK courts were unsuccessful. The 110,000 victims are represented in the case by lawyer Kimutai Busek.
Here today, I've traveled from London, The Hague, and Nairobi in order to complete this next step in our important case. They are Rodney Dixon, QC, Anne Colon, and Joel Kimutai Kosek. They have been working tirelessly for the many Kipsigis and Talai victims who suffered many terrible human rights abuses at the hands of the British colonial government and whose land was stolen.
So the United Nations, in very concrete terms, can assist us in opening the door with the British government so that this isn't forgotten conveniently forever.
It is unfortunate that several years, several decades after our independence, we are still grappling with matters that should have come to an end probably 5 years into independence from 1963.
Farmers from Kanjuku village in Gatundu, North Kiambu County are counting huge losses after heavy heaps of soil being dumped at Kanjuku Secondary School damaged their crops. The soil, which was meant to level the school's playground, has turned into nightmare to the farmers who have planted their crops along the nearby water streams.
Their sad faces telling it all. Their crops damaged, and now they're staring at a bleak future. These huge heaps of soil were initially meant to level the Kanjuku Secondary School's playground. But the soil subsided to the nearby lowland streams where they have grown their crops. The residents claim that the failure by those responsible to conduct an environment impact assessment exercise has caused them huge losses.
Hasara ni kubwa, juu hakuna kitu tumetoa huku, hakuna kukula, hakuna kukunywa. Juu unajua saida uko mkulima wa mahali, unajua hapo ndio unakula, hapo ndio unakunywa na hakuna school fees.
Hapa mahali tuko ndio tuwa tunalima na mabibi zetu hapa ndio wanakuwa wanalima. Lakini kwa wakati kama miezi 7 imepita, kuna mchanga imekuwa ikimwagwa kuja ina dump hiyo mchanga hapa karibu na kwetu. Kuna mvua moja ambayo ilinyesha na maji ilibeba mchanga ikaleta mpaka hapa.
According to the residents, Kanjuku School management had promised to put up a restraining wall to block siltation, but the promise is yet to materialize, and with the long rains approaching, the farmers are worried for their only source of income.
Kwa wakati huu, kwa sababu tunangoja mvua ya masika, tunaona ya kwamba kutakuwa na shida kubwa kwa sababu hiyo mchanga itabebwa, italetwa hapa. Na shida yetu ni kwamba hiyo mchanga ikiletwa hapa, mabibi zetu hatakuwa na mali ya kutoa mazao na tutakuwa na shida kubwa sisi kama wazee.
The worried farmers are now calling for government intervention to avert potential food shortage in the area.
Hiyo kazi ya kujenga ukuta ianze mara moja. Na tupewe assurance ya kwamba kama kuna mchanga yote ambayo itafika hapa kwetu, wakuwe tayari kuturidhia, kutupea fidia, kwa sababu tutakuwa tumeenda hasara kubwa sana.
Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Wycliffe Okech.
Staying with farmers was Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya has issued a 2 weeks ultimatum to cooperative societies to sign the coffee cherry funds, a failure to which the societies will be disbanded. Munya says he was aware that most of the societies were resisting the cherry fund so as to continue exploiting the farmers by going for loans with higher interest rates.
VAT Act itself
Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya has alleged that managers of some cooperatives societies are blocking members from applying for cheaper loans from the 3 billion shillings National Cherry Advance Fund, frustrating investment in the farming of the crop.
Shinda sio soko na hakuna shinda ya bei kwa soko. Shinda iko hapa katikati kutoka kwa soko kufika kwa mkulima. Kahawa inakuliwa kutoka huko juu, wakati inakufikia wewe unafikiwa na magagiro. Magagiro ndio inakufikia. Na ng'ombe ni ya nani? Ni yako.
Speaking during a public participation exercise on modernizing coffee factories in Embu County, the CS accused a group of cooperative societies managers of colluding with financial institutions to subject farmers to high interest loans even after the low interest Cherry Advance Revolving Fund was made available.
Ile shinda kubwa kwa sekta ya kahawa ni mandeni. Si ndio? Society ziko na mandeni. Wakulima wako na mandeni, hata kahawa ukipeleka unapewa mandeni. Najua kuna wengine hata wamepewa pesa ya season hiyo ingine inakuja. Si ndio? Kwa hivyo wakulima wanabeba mzigo wa mandeni.
The CS warns of action against cooperative societies that will not have ascended their signatures to coffee cherry funds forms submitted by farmers in 2 weeks.
Minister amesema atakuja huko ahakikishe hiyo signatures zimewekwa. Na minister kama hawaweki signature tunavunja hiyo society. Wale wanasimamia wanaenda nyumbani.
Cherry Advance Fund was announced by President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2018 and is aimed at helping farmers meet financial obligations after harvesting their crop. That report takes us to our first commercial break right here at Lunchtime News. Stay with us.
Malaria ni ugonjwa hatari sana unaoua watu wengi hapa Kenya. Japo kuko na korona, hatari ya malaria bado iko. Mtoto huyu alikuwa na joto jingi, kutetemeka, kuumwa na viungo na uchovu. Alikimbizwa hospitali ya umma ambako sheria za COVID-19 huzingatiwa na ni salama kwa shughuli ya upimaji. Vipimo vilionyesha kuwa ana malaria na papo hapo daktari akampa dawa za malaria na kumshauri azimalize, na ili kujikinga wawe wakilala ndani ya neti iliyotibiwa. Malaria husambazwa na mbu. Walio hatarini ni watoto wa chini ya miaka 5 na akina mama wajawazito. Kupimwa na kutibiwa ni bure katika hospitali zote za umma. Usisahau adui malaria. Zero malaria huanza na mimi. Chukua jukumu leo. Komesha malaria. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwenu na Wizara ya Afya.
Leo ni ile siku ya double kwenye quickbid.co.ke. Tunakupa home theater na fridge.
Kama unataka home theater ni rahisi sana. Enda kwenye lipa na M-Pesa. Paybill number ekelea 4032353. 4032353. Account ekelea HT kama kodi ya home theater, fuatanisha na unique number.
Kama unataka fridge wekelea CM ndio kodi ya fridge, kisha fuatanisha na shilingi 20 peke yake. Wekelea pin yako na hivyo ndivyo utakuwa umekelea bid kwenye quickbid.co.ke. Bidhaa bora kwenye bei ya nini?
Chini kwa chini, ati chini kwa chini.
Jiunga na QuickBid ni rahisi. Enda kwenye M-Pesa, bonyeza paybill kisha weka business number 4032353. Kwenye account weka kodi ya bidhaa unayotaka na bid yako ya chini zaidi. Kwa mfano TV 16, kisha weka shilingi 20 tu kama idadi yako. Weka bid yako pia kwenye www.quickbid.co.ke. Kumbuka, bid ya chini zaidi ya kipekee ndio ununua. QuickBid, bidhaa bora kwa bei ya chini.
In a faraway land, there is a village filled with mysterious creatures who have lived happily for hundreds of years until today.
Hello, Smurfs. Gargamel!
Now they'll have to escape.
Anybody reading these signs?
To a world they've never imagined.
Oh my Smurf.
Come on, Smurfs! Where's Papa?
Gargamel took him!
No Smurf left behind!
You smurfed with the wrong girl.
Smurf Banga!
Playtime is over!
The Smurfs. Tonight on KBC Channel 1.
Brother, if there's anyone who should be complaining, it is me. Have you even take time to smell yourself? You smell, I don't know, did you even take a shower?
The question should be, who is smelling? And of course, it is not me.
Is that her real hair?
Wait until she speaks.
It looks like Ethiopia is a very fertile land. Did she come alone?
Why do you ask?
The same reason you are secretly wondering.
You leave me alone, you fake blind team. You think you will understand? And my relationship was pure and true.
Let this fake man give you a reference, eh? Never ever cry over another human being, eh? We are so many, and that is why thousands die each day to create more space.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
Many thanks for staying with us. Let's continue with the broadcast. A middle-aged man in Kiambu town cheated death by whisker after he was mercilessly attacked by an angry mob for allegedly conning residents. Isaiah Kailikia, who is said to be part of a gang that has been engaging in car theft and conmanship by way of duping residents in the area, allegedly stole 50,000 shillings from a pastor. Angry residents descended on him before he was rescued by police.
Isaiah Kalikia is currently nursing minor injuries that he sustained after a mob justice roughed him up. He is said to have been conning residents in the area. His proverbial 40 days, however, came to an end after one of his victims identified him from a crowd. Pastor Samuel Kairu says the man conned him 50,000 shillings in December 2020.
Niliingia kwa bank ya cooperative na nilipoingia pale nikaenda nikatoa pesa. Nilipotoa pesa nikatoka nikakutana na huyu jamaa ambapo alikuwa na kadi ya charity sweepstake ambao alikuwa ananiulizia nyumba ya charity sweepstake. Nikamwambia Kiambu sidhani kama kuna hiyo nyumba.
The pastor says he was handed a charity sweepstake card that he believes was laced.
Sasa wakati nilichukua hiyo card, kukatokea jamaa mwingine ambao sijamuona na akasema yeye anafanya na charity sweepstake. Akapiga simu na akasema hiyo kadi imeshida pesa, kwa hivyo atamsaidia vile atapata hizo pesa. Hapo na hapo sijui hiyo kadi ilikuwa na nini, nikajikuta sijielewi na sijui ni nini inaendelea na nikampatia shilingi 50,000.
And 2 months down the line, his victim managed to identify him in the midst of a crowd.
Ambapo siku ya leo nikiwa Kiambu, nikakuta vijana wakajo wakasema wanaona jamaa pale ni kama ni wale wanakoni watu hapa na wanaiba magari. Sasa walipoenda pale wakajo kwa sababu walikuwa wanataka kujua kama gari imeripiwa, huyu jamaa akatoroka, wakamkibisa wakamshika. Nami nilipomuona nikaona ni yule jamaa ambaye alikuwa amenikoni. Sasa nilipomtoa mask akaniambia ninakujua pastor, mimi nitakulipa pesa yako. Hapo ndipo umati ya watu ikakuja.
Isaiah is however said to be part of a gang that also engages in car theft. Area leaders who have called on police to intensify patrols say many residents have fallen into the traps of the conmen.
Watu wafuatiliwe, ni timu, washikwe wote, watu wa Kiambu wakuwe na amani.
Ni kama mtu wa umri wa miaka 40-45. Lakini anafanya na vijana wengine ambao wako umri chini yake, umri wa miaka 25 hadi 30. Lakini tumekuwa tukiwafuatilia, hatutapumzika mpaka tuone kwamba wote tumeweka ndani na kuwaweka sheriani.
Police now say Isaiah, who is currently in custody at the Kiambu Police Headquarters, will be coerced to reveal his partners in crime.
In other news, a Class 7 boy from Kamwangi village in Gatundu, North Kiambu County is desperately seeking for financial assistance to undergo eye operation. Stephen Minor from Kamwangi Secondary School started experiencing vision challenges 2 years ago. Doctors have recommended for an urgent operation for both his eyes, failure to which he will completely lose his sight.
Meet Stephen Maina, 12. From Kamwangi Primary School.
His story is heart-rending. He started experiencing vision challenges 2 years ago.
Hadi kutokea nilikuwa nakaa kiti ya pili katika darasa, lakini siku nilieleza hii problem ya macho nikapelekwa kwa kiti hii ya kwanza. Nilipelekwa hii kiti ya kwanza, bado nikaona bado na strain.
Kijana yangu alianza akiwa class 5. Ndio tuliona ako na shida ya macho. Nimejaribu tu kusubuka kwa hospitali lakini nalemewa.
The bright boy who has been in and out of hospital for the last 2 years due to complications said the challenge has outweighed heavily on his education.
Problem ya macho nilikuwa nakuja na bali 2 au 3, lakini saa hii shida ya macho ilipoingia hivyo nikaanza kurudi nyuma. Saa hii nakuja namba 7 au 6, 8.
Macho ametelemuka mpaka namba 7, namba 6 hivi. Hiyo shida nakuwa kumba. Kusoma ni shida. Hata akienda kwa class apewe homework, lazima atafute mtoto mwenzake ndio amsaidie. Anasikia lakini kuona ni shida, ndio akija jioni anatafuta hiyo kitabu.
Maina's dream to become a doctor is in the verge of collapse if he doesn't get urgent medical attention. His mother, who only depends on proceeds from her green grocery to pay for their single-roomed house, pay for his clinics, and feed him alongside his 2 other siblings, is unable to cater for the bill. The boy is appealing to the public to help him raise 600,000 Kenya shillings needed for the surgery to enable him pursue his dream career.
Taka msamaria mwema akuje anisaidie kulipa hii shida ya macho.
Doctors at Lion Sight First Eye Hospital have recommended for an urgent both eyes operation as his complication is likely to develop to full blindness. His mother, Catherine Mumbi, is appealing to well-wishers to help his son as her coffers have run dry.
Kila mtu anaona anisaidie ili tushikilie hii mtoto maisha yake iwe sawa ya baadaye. Kijana wangu daktari alisema lazima afanyiwe operation na kwa stage ya mwisho ya macho itapotea. Hiyo tulimejaribu kila kitu, mkasema ni lazima afanyiwe operation. Hiyo bill ikawa kubwa, ndio naomba mtu wote anisaidie.
To support the family, well-wishers may channel their financial support through pay bill number 644-700. I repeat, 644-700. Account name Catherine Mumbi Ndonga, or reach the mother through her mobile phone number 0782 306 543. I repeat, 0782 306 543. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Ruth Wamboi.
Desperation is the worst situation anyone can find themselves in. Kindly let's help this young man regain his sight by helping them, the family, through the helplines that have been displayed right on the screen from that report by Ruth Wamboi. In sports news, Inter Milan striker Ivan Perisic has urged his teammates to make no mistakes and take each game seriously as his side moved to the top of Italian Serie A after last night's 2-0 win against Fiorentina. And meanwhile, Bayern Munich head to Qatar for the FIFA Club World Cup with a 10-point lead at the top of the Bundesliga after a 1-0 victory over Hertha Berlin.
Inter Milan head coach Antonio Conte was forced to watch from the stand serving the final game of a touchline ban as his side faced Fiorentina last night. Goals from Nicolo Barella and Ivan Perisic assured 3 points for Inter, who moved top of Serie A standings a point ahead of city rivals AC Milan, who host bottom-placed Crotone on Sunday.
Here's Alexis Sanchez. Now Barella. It may open up for Barella, who scores a stunner for Inter. A quiet beginning, but suddenly Nicolo Barella lights up the Artemio Franchi. Barella was just clipped there by Eserik. Here's Alexis Sanchez, and now Hakimi. The charging run, the ball rolled across. Ivan Perisic makes it look so simple. His goal, but made by Ashraf Hakimi's blistering pace and awareness.
Eagle's not going to catch him. Goes in behind him, just runs off Baragi, and then all of a sudden it's the composure just to square it neatly there for Perisic to make the running from that left-hand side.
In Germany, Robert Lewandowski had his penalty saved by Hertha's goalkeeper Rune Jasten as the Bundesliga champions faced Hertha Berlin last night.
And the pass for Sané, and down he goes, and that's a penalty. There you see the side steps, and then the moment of hesitancy. Oh, denied by Jarstein. Well, that
Coman scored the only goal of the match.
After days of knockout rounds, Morocco and Mali will meet in the final African Nations Championship tomorrow night in Cameroon before the final host. Cameroon and Guinea will face off tonight in the third place playoff match. Both of the final and the third place playoff match will be televised live on KBC Channel 1 at 10 p.m. The weekend is packed with action across the world, with the big teams playing in their respective Premier League. Our weekend diary summarizes today's fixtures.
Vera Beauty College. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design in soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills,